Hey everybody, welcome to the VG Utopia podcast, the official podcast of VGUtopia.com, and this is episode 13. I'm your host, Joshua Mobley, and with me this week is James Pungello.
Hello.
And Matt Mobley.
Hey, hey!
Kem could not make it this fine evening. Could not make it. But that's okay, we understand. He's doing his suit stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff
doing his Men in Black suit duties. That'd be cool. What if he wasn't Men in Black?
I could
Well, he'd have to zap us with that thing.
What?
He'd have to zap us with that thing.
No, he wouldn't, because Kem likes us.
Yeah,
the
but it's part of the job,
exactly.
You know?
It's his duty. Duty.
Call of Duty, which we're
Speaking
gonna talk.
of which-
We're gonna talk
Speaking
about
of
soon.
which,
We're gonna first though. Let's do what are you playing, James? What have you been playing?
that's a good question. What have I been playing?
He's
So I
like,
go,
I don't
James?
remember.
Uh,
He's like, I wasn't
played-
mentally prepared for this question.
Yeah. Usually I prepare. This time I didn't. No, I played a little bit of. I tried to plug in my N64 to play some NHL '99 because I just wanted to, and the cord's messed up, so I can't play my N64, and I'm not happy about that.
You should get one on eBay.
Um,
I'm sure they got tons of those.
Yeah, I know, but that's going to take time and thought. You know, like a couple seconds, and that's too much for me right now. But I'll eventually.
You lazy
figure it out.
American.
I am very lazy. But
It's
you're
alright,
American too,
I'm
so
lazy
back off.
sometimes too.
And then let's see. So then I went back to the Sega Genesis and played NHL '95. You know, I do that trick where if you take your player and you get the puck and you skate up onto the left side of the goalie and then do a wraparound. If the defensemen that are following you will run into the goalie and literally push him out of the crease, so you can just do a wraparound into an empty net. And I was doing that. That's how I always used to beat my dad when I played that game with him when I was a kid.
And your dad's resented you ever since.
I know my dad. He hates me for that. He's like,
Your dad was up all night with he has like a huge whiteboard with algorithms written all over it. He's like, how is he doing this?
how is this possible? It's a crappy AI is how it's possible. But no, that was pretty fun. I played. Did I play? Shit, what did I play? I think I played. I think on the 360 I played some Prototype. I played a little bit of the Walking Dead game, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Are you playing it again to try and
yeah,
get a different ending or whatever?
Run through it a second time and see, do a couple things differently, see what happens.
Gotcha.
I just got it for the PlayStation, so I'm gonna run through it on the PlayStation as well. You know?
Is that what they sent you, a pass for PlayStation?
Yes, I got
gotcha.
PlayStation. So
That's why I saw you log on the other day.
exactly, that's why Pungello was actually on.
I know.
The
Matt and I
PS3.
were doing something, and I was like, "Oh man, look who just logged on, Pungello."
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is rare.
Oh wow, I actually played some Sonic 4 Episode 1 for about 2 seconds. And NBA 2K12, that's right, that's what I played. I was playing a lot of NBA 2K12 because there has to be some kind of fantasy land where the Knicks can win a game. And you know what?
Oh my
It's
God.
not even happening that often in NBA 2K12 because I'm not that good at it. But yeah, so I was, because the Knicks are terrible and they just got out of the playoffs tonight. But they did win one against the Heat, so that's something. As I told my dad, they won for the Gipper, yeah, that's all. I won't go into sports any further because I know you guys don't care about sports. So.
Hey, what cord on your N64 is broken? The AV or the power?
The AV.
Dude, you can get an AV cord on eBay for like $3.
How much is the
Great.
shipping? They always get you with the shipping.
It says free shipping.
Free shipping and $3. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Here,
send me the link. I'll figure it out.
While I'm doing that,
The podcast is the greatest place to do this kind of business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
We should be conducting eBay business on the podcast. Absolutely.
eBay business, how it's
eBay
conducted.
business. Hey,
Matt.
New feature
Matt.
in VG Utopia.
Yeah, Matt, what have you been doing with your time?
I've been playing a lot. I'm gonna finish Max Payne 2 this week. speaking of which, I'm working on a Max Payne article right now. But I'm also playing Driver San Francisco in my spare time, liking it a little more each time I play it.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is. I will be the first to admit, I did not give Driver San Francisco enough credit. And I got the Prince of Persia HD collection yesterday and started up Sands of Time. I played a little bit of Sands of Time on the GameCube a long time ago, but didn't really I don't know, I fell out of it and just I didn't get back to it and took too long a break, so I'm starting over and trophies. So I started playing Sly Cooper, which is great because I already loved Sucker Punch for Infamous, but now that I'm playing Sly Cooper, I'm like, wow, Sucker Punch is really good at making really enjoyable games that are also easy platinums. So there you go. I really like Sly Cooper. I've already defeated Mugshot. Spoilers. So
yeah, that game came out when I was in junior high. It's okay.
It's like 1998 or 92 or some shit.
Oh no, it was a PS2 game, man.
It's somewhere in between those times.
Somewhere between now and 1992.
Oh, it might be.
I think it's like 2001, 2002.
I think it's 2002. I know I saw a trailer for it today, and I don't know why. I can't remember it. It was 2002. I'm pretty sure. September 2002. Yeah, and Final Fantasy IV. Still working on that. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Final Fantasy IV is really frustrating me right now, because spoilers for anyone that hasn't played FF4, but so after the sealed cave, you get that dark crystal, and then Golbez calls Kain again, and it's like, give me the crystal, and Kane's like, no, I can't, no, okay. And so he leaves the party, and, Kane's one of the strongest people in the party, so I was like, okay, fuck. And then I decided that after that was going to be the time that I was going to try and get Asura and Leviathan for Rydia as summons, and so I got Asura, and Leviathan is just kicking my ass. And I don't want to leave the cave because I'm like, fuck you if I'm going through this fucking cave again. I want to get this this summon. So it's been tough. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Really psyched for Max Payne 3 next Tuesday.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know what else comes out next Tuesday?
Yes.
I've waited 12 years to play. Diablo 3.
Well,
The wait's almost over, people. Almost. I'm scratching my neck now like a crackhead. Okay, I've been playing. I beat Mass Effect 2. I literally put about 30 hours in that game, and about 6 of those hours were just trying to get my Paragon up so I could get Miranda's loyalty back. And excuse me, I couldn't do it.
You nasty bitch.
Shut up. I couldn't do it. And she kept dying, and I did the suicide mission about 3 times, and then eventually I was like, you know what, bitch, just stay dead. I really don't care anymore.
But you're not going to have dead ass in Mass Effect 3.
Dead ass.
Dead
It's
ass.
alright.
Dead ass.
It's alright. I just,
I will say this right now, and I know that this is going to make me look like a real prick, but don't tell me that any other guy didn't think the same thing when they started up Mass Effect 2 for the first time and saw Miranda, heard her voice, and saw her in that skin-tight suit. You didn't think, that the moment you saw it, that's the person I'm romancing. You knew you weren't going to see a single thing, but you knew that's the person your Shepard was going to fuck.
When I showed my brother the trailer for Mass Effect, and he's not really into Mass Effect, but I showed him the trailer for Mass Effect 2.
Your brother needs to check his shit.
Your brother is wrong.
My brother
needs to check his pulse.
My brother doesn't have much time for gaming. He has a real job. But anyway, he's actually the one who introduced me to Mass Effect, so that's fine. But anyway, when he saw the trailer for Mass Effect 2, and he saw Miranda, and she was saying something about how she was like, biologically, or genetically enhanced, or blah blah blah, and he was like, son of a bitch, Shepard's gonna fuck her, like right, I'm telling you right now, Shepard's gonna fuck her. He's like, it's just so clear that this character.
But I want
to
to romance Liara. It's like, but I want to romance Liara. Too bad.
Too bad. She's the love interest.
Like, this isn't your choice anymore, motherfucker.
We will give you choice on everything but this.
None of your choices mattered, Miranda. But anyway, I beat that, and then I've been playing Mass Effect 3, the most depressing video game that's ever been made in the history of forever. And I'm actually on Earth, so I'm probably gonna beat it tonight. And
then Josh, you and I can talk about the ending.
I know.
Finally, after months, we can talk about the ending.
I know, right?
That's true.
But we'll see.
And we can both spoil Matt together.
No, I'm not gonna do that to Matt. That's mean.
I guess I should give the listeners a Mass Effect update too. I mean, I usually just save it for James, but James already knows where I'm at right now. Right now I have got all of my teammates. I mean, obviously except for Legion, and all that's left are loyalty missions. That's what's next. Like, I don't even have any side quests. It's just loyalty missions that I gotta do.
Are you playing it on PS3 right now, right?
I know, I'm playing it on Xbox because I want to play the entire franchise.
I got you. Never mind. I was gonna ask if you had Kasumi and stuff.
No, I want to play it on PS3 later, but right now I wanted to play the entire series like back to back to back because I wanted to experience the entire story like at once.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, James, do you feel like the sensitivity in Mass Effect 3 is like super high?
No, I didn't. Maybe you have your sensitivity set to super high.
No, I didn't. It was on normal, and you'd like, I was like, oh my god, the sensitivity is so high, and I put it on low. Still felt like it was really high, but I ended up getting used to it, so it wasn't. But I asked.
That's funny. I didn't feel that.
I asked my friend too, and he said, yeah, it was really high like the first time he played it, but he said he got used to it. So I don't know. Maybe I just got
used to it, but I didn't realize that I got used to it. I don't know.
3 does feel a little more Twitch shootery than the others.
Yes, it is definitely.
But I'm really glad they
feels a little different.
I absolutely hated the leveling system in Mass Effect 2. I'm so glad they brought the actual level system back. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do like the branching powers and that kind of stuff. I think that was a good addition.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I hit level 30 on my playthrough in Mass Effect 2 because I literally did every single mission trying to get Miranda back.
Yeah.
And so when I was level 30, as soon as I started Mass Effect 3, I was already level 30, so I had a bunch of powers already, which was very helpful. Very cool.
I know the first time that I played Mass Effect 2, I got everyone to survive. But
I did too, but I don't know what happened.
I think it was because I chose Miranda in the fight with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, I knew that that Jack was in the right there. It was like, I chose Miranda. So, and I managed to get Jack's loyalty back up.
Yeah.
I think
you can get Jack's loyalty even if you don't side with her there. I mean,
yeah, get it back, no problem. But Miranda's a tough cookie. So.
Miranda's a bitch. It's like, no, you need to have 101% Paragon, you fucking asshole.
The Cerberus cheerleader.
Fucking hey, man. Yeah, she died in my Mass Effect 2 playthrough, and I was like, I just don't care anymore. She can stay dead. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of playing this suicide mission over and over again.
I would like to keep her alive just so I can see.
Well, I'm gonna do it next time.
I want to, I want to see, what it's like to have everyone alive.
Yeah. Well, I do want like the perfect playthrough. I'm gonna do it again. So. I will be playing again, and I want to start my female Shepherd really soon too.
I think when I play it on PS3, I'll play as Fem Shep.
Femship.
as a biotic because I've never played as biotic.
I never have either. I always play soldier. I was gonna do the same
I
shit.
Well, I always thought that Broshep was like a soldier. Like that's just always what I felt like. And Femshep was a biotic. That's
Shepbro.
Shepbro.
Commander Shepbro.
That's a good one.
Hackett comes on the line. He's like, "Hey, bro, the Alliance needs your help."
You're working with Cerberus now? That's not cool. Come at me, bro.
Dude, I never. When I was playing 2, I didn't read the codex, so I was always like, I don't remember why everyone.
You didn't read the codex? Come on.
Shut up.
Why
I didn't know
would
why
you
everyone
read
was
codex?
like, everyone hated Cerberus so much, but when you play 3, you really understand.
Like if you
You
played
really
the
get why
side
they're
quests
so
in Mass
evil.
Effect, if you played the side quest in Mass Effect, you would definitely not like Cerberus, because I mean, for crying out loud, they killed Admiral Kahoku, and he was awesome. He has a great name.
I didn't play like all the side quests.
See, like I
in
played all
Mass
those side
Effect.
quests and stuff, so I had seen Cerberus the multiple times, like with Corporal Tombs, and then again with Kahoku, and there were plenty of
didn't even
times that
know that
Cerberus was in there.
There are names coming out of your mouth.
Like I had no idea that Cerberus existed in Mass Effect 1. I thought it was just a purely Mass Effect 2 created thing. So
That's so funny because I mean it's not like they were obviously like a big part of it, but if you play through the side quest, you would definitely see, oh wow, these guys are like a rogue bad group, and you wouldn't have liked them. So when I first started playing Mass Effect 2, or Jacob's like we're with Cerberus, I was like I don't want to join with you guys. You're kind of assholes. Like
I just
I wanted to be able to
immediately
shoot him right
didn't-
then and there because I'm like, hey, you killed Kahoku.
Well, it's
You
like,
personally.
You personally
I-
killed Kahoku.
I didn't trust Cerberus from the get-go just because not just because everybody was like man, fuck Cerberus,
Smart
but
machine, though.
just because
Tripper.
I don't know, like the elusive man was, as his name implies, he was elusive, and I
Yeah.
didn't trust him because of that.
That's true.
I mean, I liked Jacob fine, and Miranda was fine to look at, so I didn't hate them.
I just love that. I love that. I like Jacob fine, and I like Miranda to look at.
So, I mean, but when I found out what Cerberus was, it was like, oh well, yeah, I don't really trust them because, they're kind of shady, but
Matt.
I'll work with them.
That.
You can't even fucking say it.
I was engineered to be the perfect female. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Anyway, yeah, that was only the first thing I was talking about. What am I playing?
Oh, tangent.
Woo-wee! I played a little more Team Fortress 2 just because of... I don't know. I just felt like playing it. I played some Dungeons & Dragons online. I don't know. It was interesting. I don't really feel like talking about it. And then...
That sounds like a bad experience. I don't really feel like talking.
I didn't have a bad experience. I just don't... I don't know.
Okay.
I need to play it a little more and just see how I feel. I get it. I'm like looking. Oh, and I've been playing Half-Life 2 again, and actually, I
Shut up, Matt.
am enjoying it more this time. Playing it a second time.
Uh-oh. Someone's getting converted.
I'm not like
He's in the
it's
process.
still-
You're in the process.
It's still
No,
to
I'm
me.
not saying that I hate Half-Life, okay? Let me get that straight real quick, alright? I don't hate Half-Life. I hated Half-Life 1. I'll say that much. But
I
Half-Life
actually
2
never even
was
played it.
Half-Life 2 was a good game. Half-Life 1 was like they just dropped you in the middle of the game and was like, here you go, get the fuck out of here. See if you can make your way through the game. They didn't give you any hint on where to
Here you
go.
go. Get the fuck out of here.
Here you go. Get the fuck out. I love that. That's great.
So they didn't give you any hint of where to go in the game. So I hated that game, but And 2, it's a little more clear, and 2 is a better game. 2 and its episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't really like about Half-Life is the major like overstatement of its fandom. Like, everybody thinks it's like the best fucking game that's ever been created or some shit, and that's not the fucking case. I don't give a shit who you are. Valve can, Valve is good and Valve makes good games, but it's not like the best game ever made. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Josh,
Thank you for
what
that.
else have you been playing?
Well, I was playing Half-Life 2, but yeah, I am enjoying it a little more.
The driving
This
still
time
sucks,
around.
though.
The driving is horrible.
It's oh my god.
Oh man, the very end of that game though, like the Strider battles. Oh man. Oh no, that's in Half-Life episode 2, but it's still, anytime a Strider comes out, it's pretty much a big pain in the ass. You're like, I hate you. Anytime you get in a car or a Strider comes out, you're just like, I hate this game so much.
Yeah, my least favorite part is when you have to jump on the rocks, and then if you hit the sand, all those bug things come out, and you're like, son of a bitch, because it's not like they ever end.
The
They
ant
just keep
lions?
coming. Huh?
The antlions.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not at that part yet.
Those antlions. Oh man,
I'm
so
still
afraid to
escaping
touch the
City
sand
17. I haven't played
Oh,
much,
man.
so
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I'm enjoying it a little more this time around. But once again, I agree. The fans of that game, it's not the best game ever made. It's really good. It's just it's not the best thing I've ever played.
There are better games. So,
Yeah, there's better things out there, but it's good
You
for
might
what
have
it
gotten.
is.
You might have enjoyed it more if you had played it back when it came out
Yeah,
initially on the PC or something
probably.
like that, you know?
Probably.
Maybe.
Also, you guys will be surprised. This is the first week I haven't played any League of Legends.
What?
Well,
Yeah, finals, man.
so-
Yet this is not
I-
the first week that you stopped bitching about the people.
I'm still gonna bitch about them.
I thought that you seemed happier.
Oh man, I should record myself playing sometime.
I would love.
Because I
to
just
see
feel like,
that.
son of a bitch, just like the entire video.
That.
Why are you so hateful? Ah.
Woo! I don't know what that was, but we're done with that. The whole podcast is over. So we're gonna move on. We got the news. News. Filling you with info. Rapping the news.
I don't even.
Oh man,
There are noises.
the
coming
actual
out of your
lyrics
mouth.
at the end sold me on that one. Filling you with new.
Filling you with info. That's good.
All right.
Anyway,
That's good times, that's good
big
times.
news. Big news this week, or last week, whatever. The Elder Scrolls Online has been announced.
Uh-huh.
I
That's big news
can't
for you
remember the
guys.
developer, to be
I'm-
honest. But it's not Bethesda. It's third person, so it's not like your typical Elder Scrolls game. It's kind of World of Warcrafty MMO-ish, but it takes place 1,000 years before Skyrim. ZeniMax Studios is making it,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to come out next year for PC and Mac. There's no announcement on monthly pricing if it's going to be premium. It probably will, just
They
judging
can
by
take-
the quality and all that. And it looks very pretty. I got the Game Informer issue, and there's screenshots. It looks very nice.
Mhm.
Looks
Very nice.
very, very nice.
Sorry,
So I'm
that's-
excited.
That's an old.
We asked Tina about
is
it,
an old
who
reference.
is one of our editors, and she didn't really feel attached to it. But
Oh,
whatever. Whatever. God.
whatever.
No, nothing. You guys are like, I don't play MMOs.
No,
Yeah,
I don't,
no.
I'm not an MMO guy. I'm not even an Elder Scrolls guy. I know.
Yeah, not really.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a big game. I'd like to see if they can bring anything to the table that's going to be other than just the Elder Scrolls universe, but like if they can bring anything to the table that's going to really like revolutionize MMOs, or if it's really just going to be a cash in.
It is. It is also
enormous.
It is also apparently fully voiced, like Star Wars is.
That's pretty cool.
So that's cool. I think that's a new thing for MMOs. They've got to be like fully voiced, because when you play WoW, you got to read these giant paragraphs of text.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you don't have to, but you don't enjoy it as much if you don't. So whatever. Anyway, another big news for more big news for PC gamers. I'm pretty excited about this. Company of Heroes 2 was leaked by the PC Gamer cover and then officially announced a couple days later. For anyone who hasn't played Company of Heroes 1, it was a World War II real-time strategy game for the PC. It's highly regarded as one of the best strategy games of all time. It's a very awesome game. Company of Heroes 2... Huh?
I honestly didn't know it existed until you mentioned it.
Well, you don't play a lot of PC games, so...
I don't.
All right, it's only really it's a PC only game, so it's only really known to the PC community.
Yeah.
But
that would make sense.
The first one took place in World War II. This one's also going to take place in World War II, except in Company of Heroes 2, you're going to be playing as the Russians fighting on the Eastern Front against the Axis powers, which is actually kind of cool because most World War II games you play, you're always playing as Americans. So it's kind of it's going to be nice to play as Russians. Do something a little different. That's about it. I think it's supposed to come out sometime next year for PC. I don't know about Mac, but definitely PC. And then Ken Levine of Irrational Games told Edge magazine that the BioShock movie is still in production, but it is not a top priority at the moment. They are too busy working on BioShock Infinite, so they have not put a lot of attention into the BioShock movie, but they assured people that it is still coming out. So that's cool.
I mean, right on.
That movie got announced. That movie got announced in
It
got announced in 2008.
I would like to see that. Yes.
It got announced in 2008, and there's still nothing.
Yeah, I mean, movies, especially video game movies, they get announced, they get talked about, and then stuff happens. Halo movie was supposed to
They had
happen.
a whole script written for that,
All
but then they said the budget was too high.
I mean, they also said that like Microsoft wanted too much creative control over the project.
Yeah.
Well, it is Halo is their baby.
Yeah.
Well, I know, I understand that, but like they wanted more than is even traditional, like way more than is traditional for licensing out to a movie studio.
Yeah.
Like they wanted unheard of control.
Obscene amounts.
It's an obscene amount of creative control.
They basically wanted to be able to walk in and tell the director what to do if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Well,
whatever.
Whatever, c'est la vie.
Yeah. UK Blockbuster leaked a list of 25 possible Wii U launch titles. Some of them we already knew about, some of them we didn't, but there's not anything really super crazy on here. Pikmin is on here, Tekken, a game called Zombie, Your Shape 2013, Ninja Gaiden 3, Metro Last Light, Marvel Superheroes.
Ooh, what is this Splinter Cell 6?
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm not sure. Maybe that's something that'll get announced at E3.
I never really liked a Splinter Cell. Well, I only played the first one, and I played the demo for Conviction, which I actually wanted to play. But
Conviction is amazing.
Never got a chance to.
I liked Conviction. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I think
Conviction is only like 5 hours long, but it feels like you're playing two awesome action movies back to back. It's kind of what it feels like.
It is pretty cool. I certainly enjoyed Conviction, and I wasn't a big Splinter Cell. I'm not really big into the Tom Clancy games all that much. My older brother is much more, so that's why we have him in the house. But I did like Conviction. I think the more shocking news to me is that there's a Blockbuster that still exists. 'Cause there's no
There's a
Blockbusters near
Blockbuster.
me.
There's a Blockbuster near us that still exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of shocking. They're still around, but you know, whatever.
Every now and then, I do wish there was that Blockbuster near us was still around, because there's a rental I'd like to get. But you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Square Enix announced their E3 2012 showcase. Unsurprisingly, Final Fantasy Versus 13 is going to be a no-show once again. Square Enix is showing off Tomb Raider, Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance, Final Fantasy Theatrhythm, Sleeping Dogs, Hitman Absolution, Quantum Conundrum, and Heroes of Ruin. Yeah, Theatrhythm. It's like a music rhythm game.
Well, I see when you said Theatrhythm, it was right after Final Fantasy, and I thought that was like the name of the game. It was Final Fantasy Theatrhythm, and I was like, what is that?
That is the game.
Oh, it's a Final Fantasy game?
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy music, and it's like a rhythm game. It's on DS. It doesn't look very good.
That's not fun at all.
It doesn't look very good.
It doesn't look very good. I'm sorry, but
I don't want any of that.
Those are the games that Square Enix will be showing, and Final Fantasy Versus 13 will not be showing that. And we actually officially hit the 6-year anniversary of the Final Fantasy Versus 13 announcement.
Wow.
Jeez.
And it's
There's
still
another game that we want to see.
still not coming out. But Nomura keeps assuring us that it's coming.
Well, then show us something, for Christ's sake.
Christ.
Throw us a bone.
Last trailer was released.
Show
I
us
believe,
anything.
The last trailer for it was released, I think, last January, 2011. That was the last trailer we got. Okay. Before anyone drops any opinions on this, because it's the daily discussion or the weekly discussion. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Why don't we just skip it why don't we just talk about it when we do good weekly discussion?
Okay.
Let's leave them in suspense, wondering what it is.
Aww, shit. Anyway, next piece of news: Starhawk map packs will be free. That's cool. So, Lightbox Interactive announced that all of the Starhawk map packs.
Jesus Christ, Josh.
Wow.
All of these Starhawk map packs are going to be free. They don't know how many they're going to release, but they also assured that there will be premium content. So, whatever that is, I don't know. We'll see. But that's cool. I still want to really play that game. I want to play it pretty bad, but I'm broke. Diablo.
Diablo. That's all he has to say for himself.
Yeah. DC Universe Online Last Laugh expansion pack was announced. For anyone who doesn't play DC Online, they release instead of releasing giant expansion packs, they release really small $10 expansion packs that add, just a good amount of stuff. But they release them more frequently, so that's cool. So if it's gonna add a lot of PvP stuff, and apparently it's gonna add some other weapons and some other combat stuff. I don't know, but look for that. I have no idea when it launches though.
It's
in June.
Yeah, it's launching in June, and it's basically a lot of PvP stuff. They're gonna have a lot of very heavy emphasis on PvP.
Gotcha. So look for that June, PlayStation 3 and PC. It'll be $10. All the DCU stuff's $10.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a rumor, but it's got a lot of meat behind it, so it's probably true. The rumor is that the Killzone sequel is in production. We don't know if it's Killzone 4 though, or if it's the Killzone Vita game that's being made, but Silicon Era apparently got an inside source to leak them this part of the intro speech to the new Killzone game. And if you read it, it makes it seem like it is the daughter of Solar Vasari, which is the dictator of the Helgun Empire. in the game. It's the daughter who is briefly shown in the beginning of Killzone 3, and you've never heard of her in your life. But in the speech, it says, you know, my father, da-da-da-da-da. So we think she's going to step up and be the new Helgen dictator in what we presume is Killzone 4 or the Killzone Vita game. So that should be cool. As long as they don't have giant mechs like they did in 3, because that pissed me off. I don't know. It was weird. I loved Killzone 2. Killzone 3 I was kind of on. Especially because the ending was so abrupt.
Abrupt endings.
My God, credits.
It's like mid-sentence, and it just ends.
Did I tell you guys about the first time I beat Prototype 2? How abrupt and almost broken the ending sounded?
No.
You did not.
Basically, what happens is, I'm not going to tell you the story-wise what happens, but there's, like, you know, character talking, and he goes, like, you know, and one of the characters says, "What do we do now?" And then and then Heller, and this is, I don't think this was intentional, but, and I don't think it happened. I don't think it happened after I went through it the second time. So I think this was just a glitch that happened the first time I played it. But he made a grunt noise. He went like that, and then it just cut in the middle of her, like she's saying, "What do we do now?" And as now is going on to hear, and then it cuts to black. I'm like, well, geez, okay.
That's awesome.
That's the most abrupt ending I've ever seen.
What do we do now, Heller? What do we do now?
Oh man.
Ooh, man, that's awesome.
I was like, in
I
shock,
like-
and
I
then
like-
was like, it's just funny.
If that was an ending to a game, I think it was hilarious. Oh, that's cool. Anyway. StarCraft 2 is getting global play, clans, and a bunch of more, that's awful. A bunch of replay features for people that are really into esports, since StarCraft 2 is like the biggest esports game of all time other than Call of Duty. These features are going to come out when StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm comes out, probably next year, since we haven't heard anything about it in a little while. But and since they're shipping Diablo 2 this year, I would assume Blizzard wants to keep a yearly cycle for their profit. So StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm will probably be next year, mid next year, and you're going to get global play, which was also announced for Diablo 3. And clans and some other stuff. I'm excited about the clan stuff. We're going to have to do a VG Utopia clan on StarCraft 2. Next piece of news. BioShock Infinite has been delayed to 2013. Ken Levine promises, though, that the delay will make the game better. And it's going to release February 26th, 2013. So it's not much of a delay. It's only about 4 months. And it's not like you're going to be sitting there scratching your neck like, oh my god, when's BioShock going to come out? Because so much stuff comes out at the end of this year. So
January is going to be tough for people waiting for BioShock, though, because January is going to be like...
Not if
shit,
you're
all
going to
that
play...
other stuff came out already.
Not if you're going to play
probably
Ni no
finished
Kuni.
it.
Like me.
And
I'm going to
I
play
want
Ni no Kuni in
BioShock.
January, so I'll be okay.
Nah. All I know is that January and February were the worst months of my life waiting for Mass Effect this year. That didn't turn out so well anyway, but...
Well, I said this to a friend. I said, Ken Levine, is it Levine or is it Levine?
I think it's... okay. I've heard both, but whatever.
Levine? Ken Levine builds me up, gets me psyched for when he like puts out a release date for even just a release, like, you know, time frame. He's like, fall 2011, no, spring 2011, no, October 2012. It's like all right, and then he's like, nah, February 2013. He just keeps breaking me down every time. it's like like this last time, just... Oh man, like October, what was it, October 6th? Like October 6th, 2012. No, February.
Oh man, aren't you something else? Did we talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the last podcast? I don't think we did.
You mean this roundtable discussion?
No, but did we talk about the announcement?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Okay. Well, if we did in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in the future, there you go.
Boom.
Aren't any laser weapons, but there's robots.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's a 15 years in the future kind of thing, like 15 years from like Modern Warfare 3. So
Yeah.
it's not
So
that
there's
far.
like Pit Boys and shit. Mass Effect 3 multiplayer weekend and PlayStation 3 commendation packs are being released. I assume the commendation packs are makeup for those couple of weekends where people couldn't play or couldn't get the multiplayer weekends, right? Yeah.
Yeah. They're
So what
sending
is
out
it? How is that working?
Basically, what they're doing is for PlayStation 3 users, they're allowing them to basically go into their account now and download commendation packs for Operation Goliath and Operation Raptor, which were two. I think might have been the first two N7 challenges that came out. Back, in March when the game came out. So that you can get the commendation packs, which is some Metagel or missiles or that kind of stuff, and some characters. So PlayStation 3 owners can just get those, if they go into their account now. And all of the ones since, I think, Exorcist, which was the last one, the PlayStation 3 members have been able to fully compete in. So all the platforms are now,
Caught up.
good to go. And then the new one for this weekend is Operation Silencer, and it's basically trying to take down Reaper Banshees, which are those Asari.
Oh, I hate those things.
I know, they're so powerful and they're so hard to kill, and they're so unfair too.
They are hella unfair.
You'll be running away and you're like 20 feet away from them, but nope, you got sucked in and now you're dead.
God.
But yeah,
Just wait, Matt. Those freaking those freaking
Oh,
banshees
God.
are so annoying.
And overall, for the operation to be a success, there have to be 3 million dead banshees by the end of the weekend, which shouldn't be an issue.
No. Well, if
and
everyone's
for
playing,
personal
I mean,
goals. Well, and that's the entirety of the Mass Effect community, not just you.
yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
I'd like to hope so.
And the individual goal is just getting a full squad extraction on any map against any enemy, but on the gold difficulty setting, so hard as shit. So you get a victory pack if the overall goal is met, and the squad goal, you get a victory pack or a commendation. It's commendation pack for the overall operation, victory pack for semantics. You get stuff.
Gotcha. Next piece of news: Modern Warfare 3 Content Collection 2 will debut Face-Off mode, and it'll come out May 22nd. Face-Off mode is basically a mode for people that want to do 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2. They condense the maps down to a much smaller size, so that you're not running around for half an hour going, where the hell is the enemy?
I have to say it. It's if you want to take his face off.
Give me
If you
your
haven't seen
face.
Face Off, then you don't get that reference. But if you've seen
don't.
Face Off, you know it's Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
That movie.
That movie was
It's
out
ridiculous.
of control, absurd, but it was great. And oh man, I want to take his face off.
Here's something interesting I've just found.
Mhm.
VG 24/7 just posted an article. Rumor, it says BioShock Infinite delay related to networking aspects, in quotes. So it says that BioShock Infinite's delay in a rational game's search for a networking expert paints a compelling picture, probably titled "Still Life with Multiplayer." That's interesting. I want multiplayer in the game. I do. But I know some people don't. But I mean, it's BioShock Infinite. Look at how the game looks right now. Do you think, putting in multiplayer right now would really make it suffer? Like, I mean, that looks amazing. So
I don't think so. I mean, I think this is the same. It'd be like people were complaining about Mass Effect, but to be honest, multiplayer is the thing that I'm playing more often than the campaign. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the multiplayer is fun. I mean, is the multiplayer Mass Effect the best multiplayer? No, but it's fun. You know, it's something you could pick up and play a bit and have fun with. And it didn't really take away anything from the game in terms of graphics or in terms of features or gameplay and things like that. It didn't really take away from that.
Yeah. Also, Angry Birds just hit its billionth download.
Yeah, they said they were going to do it, and they did it. Awesome.
They did it.
Yay, rodeo.
Billionth download. Jesus Christ.
That is ridiculous.
Little Big Planet Vita Beta now accepting applications. I better sign up for this when this podcast is over.
Like Josh is
I just
application right as we
I just
speak.
opened the tab. It's like, gotta do that.
That's what I'll be doing later.
Totally. Oh God, I have a headache. I'm sorry.
Thanks for sharing.
I do. Whatever. The Diablo 3 beta apparently netted. I don't know why netted is like the word, but whatever. It brought in 2 million participants.
Nice.
That is a lot of freaking people. And sorry people, but the beta's over. It's been over since May 1st.
Wait 5 days and play the game.
You know what? 6. All right.
5. I'm on the East Coast. It's 5 for me.
Shut up. Well, it doesn't matter because people on the East Coast don't get it till 3 in the morning anyway. So.
So fuck you.
Well, if they're getting it digitally, that is. But
Doesn't matter. I'm not getting Diablo.
a report from coming out of Activision Blizzard says that World of Warcraft is holding steady at 10.2 million subscribers. Earlier this year, there was a drop, and people thought that maybe people were finally starting to migrate off. Apparently not, as 10.2 million people are still playing the goddamn game. Also, Activision Blizzard announced that they got $1.17 billion in net revenue. And you know what? It was down from the last year.
Wow, that is.
My God.
Yikes. Maybe they should talk
Activision
to Sony about
Blizzard-
making money.
Shit, I mean, well, when you have a company that not only has Call of Duty, the biggest game ever, and World of Warcraft, which nets, 10 million subscribers a month. That's 10 million people paying the company $15 a month.
It's 150. Is it, or am I wrong? It's 150 million a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Math didn't fail me that.
Yeah. And Call of Duty, and they're doing Call of Duty Elite. They just announced today that across all Call of Duty games, there's 10 million people actively playing that game a month.
Oh God! They
Yeah.
sold 9 million copies on the first day of Modern Warfare. That's only one game in the series.
Actually, that's just Call of Duty Elite. Call of Duty Elite has 10 million users.
Elite has 10.
And
wow.
yeah, and 2 million of them are paying for subscriptions.
Unbelievable.
I know, right? Isn't that just insane?
That is insane.
That all resides under the same company. So now you see why they get all that money.
All that cash.
Dead
Show me
ass.
the money. Show me the money.
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
Dead ass. I think that's it. Well, Minecraft for Xbox 360 came out, so if you want to do
And
that, go.
it made Nino happy and then not happy because it was too small. Like
Yeah, I
Nino was
remember
like,
that.
yes, and then he's like, I'm gonna go walk around the world. He's like, it took 5 minutes to walk from one side to the other. He's like, no, it's too small. That was Nino, like
Yeah.
an hour and a half ago.
It's like make the world bigger by building it, Nino. It's Minecraft.
Damn it, Nino, just start building. Stop being
It's
lazy.
It's like Zombocom. Alright?
Okay.
That
Anyone-
reference just went
if-
right over my head.
go to zombo.com if you guys have never heard of it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think I know what this is.
Yeah, it's just a white website with a bunch of flashing dots and elevator music and a guy telling you this is Zombo. Zombocom, welcome.
Zombo.
He says anything's possible at Zombocom. The only limit is yourself.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
I love that site. It's been up for like 10 years. I don't know.
Wow.
And you can like donate to it and stuff. I don't know. I think that's about it for news. But oh no, last piece of news. Last thing.
Okay.
The original Deus Ex will be launching on the PlayStation Store on May 16th. Oh, May 15th, actually, because this is a European site and they get everything a day later. So,
Okay.
for us in the Americas, we're getting Deus Ex on May 15th, and it's going to be $10.
Not bad.
So that's cool. Also, Inside Xbox is no more. So sorry.
Yeah,
about
that's right. Inside Xbox is gone.
Oh, also, I don't know if we've mentioned this at all, but if you're a Max Payne fan and you're psyched and you're as psyched as I am for Max Payne 3 next week, Max Payne 1 and 2 are going to be PS2 classics on the PSN store.
Yeah, they just released one,
Yeah.
didn't they?
I think
last
Max
week.
Payne 2 is this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, $10 for that also.
Yes.
So look for that. That is it for news. I believe we had a question.
We
on
do have
Facebook.
a
We do have a question. I can read it off.
Please, or I can, because I actually know this
So
guy.
as our
Can I?
first,
All right, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Our first
first
question.
question.
Okay, it's from
Ever.
a friend of mine, David Bellinger, and he asks. I hope that's actually how you pronounce his name.
Some friend.
It is a friend, but I'm
Some friend you
I
are.
met him on a forum one time. So,
Okay, I got you.
He's
All right.
He's an internet
he
friend.
asks, what games would you say has your favorite endings?
Has my favorite endings.
Well,
Bad grammar.
Well,
I don't
the
wanna
game
answer
thing-
this
no, he
question
put the
anymore.
optional
Yeah,
S in there
yeah.
to say what game would you say has your favorite ending?
Yeah,
Games is an option.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I could have said game or games, but
Man, that's
it's my bad. Okay, it's my bad.
Josh, are you really going to be picky about questions right now?
I'm kidding. I'm
Don't be
thinking
such a
of
prick.
endings.
I know. I actually already
Yeah,
have
because
mine ready for
I
this,
saw it
so
earlier
I'll
and
go
I
ahead
made a
and talk.
list while you guys were talking.
Mass Effect 3. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yes, that would be on the other. That would be on the opposite.
Considering, wait,
Let's-
before
I'm
we
tired of
start,
talking about it.
considering the topic of this question, I just want to precede this conversation with spoilers.
Oh yes.
Well,
Definitely
or
spoilers. We just won't go with any games within the last year.
Yeah.
I would say that for me, definitely hands down, my favorite ending is Mass Effect 2. I think that just the fact it was so incredibly cinematic, and it changed significantly
ending.
based on what you did in the game. That, yeah, I mean, well, the good ending or the bad. What I liked is that they were both. You know, you had, endings where like the first time I went through, the ship got like mutilated because I didn't do any of the upgrades, and that ended up killing a ton of the crew members. I remember my squad members and my crew members were all dead because I'd been, messing around, being like, oh, well, go save him whenever, and no, you can't do that. So
I just
the
had this
dynamic
vision.
choices.
I just had this vision of a elusive man coming on the comm and going, Shepard, that was terrible.
All those repairs we put in were for nothing.
He's like, you just wasted like 2 years and half of Cerberus's assets. How do you feel?
I'm going to
Feel
Disneyland.
great, Feel great. I'm going to Disneyland. Yeah, no, I think that the dynamic, how
Won't
dynamic
be a
it was, how
Disneyland in like
cinematic
a
it
year.
was, that's what drew me to that ending in particular. And then I loved the ending to the ending to Halo 3, because it was very satisfying for me. As much as they left it on a bit of a cliffhanger with the Master Chief, unless you went back and did it on Legendary, and then you could see the after, that scene with him floating. But what I did like was that they left it open, but they also definitely closed out the story. Yeah. And there was there was nothing really up in the air. The Covenant War was over, and they had won.
Yeah.
Master Chief did what he had to do, and it was very. That last scene where you're driving, that's epic as shit.
Yeah, I really loved that.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I did really like the ending to Halo 3. They closed it out really well. It was like nice and neat.
Yeah, I've already stated
it was a nice, neat.
I've already stated that Halo 3 was like the one game that made me like Halo. But the Halo 3 ending, the whole thing leading up to the ending, the mission itself was fantastic, phenomenal. I loved it. So, Josh, do you have some?
When this question got asked, I have a couple, but one of them, it's not my favorite ending.
Do you
to a
need
game
some more
ever.
time to think about it? Because I got a list here. I can give you time.
No, a game that I really like the ending to is the original Sly Cooper. Actually,
well, I haven't finished it yet, but
I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But yeah, it's not like it's crazy and you're like, oh shit. It's just really charming, and it makes you smile, which I like. Games should make you smile more. So
yeah.
I had a huge smile on my face after the ending because I was like, oh, that was really smart and like charming. I dig this game a lot. So, also Eternal Darkness is one of those like the secret ending.
Finished.
Dude, the secret ending to Eternal Darkness is like, you're like, what? It's just it's nuts.
I got a GameCube. It was the first console that I bought with my own money on my own because it's the cheapest. And this guy buys me Eternal Darkness. He's like, you gotta play Eternal Darkness. You don't understand. It's so great. And he buys it for me for Christmas that year. That was 5 years ago. I still haven't finished it.
You really need to, dude. It's so
and
good.
You can get the secret. You can get the secret, ending if you play the game 3 times. I haven't beaten it once.
Yeah, you have to play the game 3 times, and then because in the very first level, there's a choice you have to make. There's one of 3, and depending on what you do, it changes the outcome of, well, not really the outcome, but kind of the characters that you interact with. Mm-hmm. Kind of. The story is basically the same, but just some of the characters are a little different. But you basically have to play the game through all 3 of them, and then it culminates into this one final ending, and it's got like multiverse stuff in it. It's really awesome. It's like kind of, it's really intelligent. It's very smart. And then the final like word, you're just, oh my god! I still don't have a sequel. Still no sequel. Silicon Knights, stop making your X-Men whatevers and your 2 humans and just make me Eternal Darkness. Just do it.
May I add one to the list?
No, please, go ahead.
No.
Yeah. Knights of the Old Republic, the first one.
I like
I loved the ending was you had the good and the bad, I guess, because I never played bad. But that's the traditional Star Wars fare, but like what I really think of as kind of the ending, at least in terms of, is the twist ending.
Oh, I know the twist, yeah.
And that twist was unbelievable. Like, the first time you saw that, you're like, oh my god. Like, you did not see it coming. And then you saw all the little subtle hints, and you're like, oh shit, they really were hinting at it throughout the game. I'd never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, Knights of the Republic is such a good game.
Oh, man. I
like that for the first time, when you asked if you could add a game to your list, I said yes, and Josh said no.
That was funny, because I figured Matt would be the one to say no.
No, like, fuck off.
Matt would be no. I have my list that I've been working on for the last 30 minutes.
I actually have been working on it for a while. Just like thinking about why I like these and whatnot. I have
Portal 2.
Oh, that's on my list, you piece of shit.
Don't spoil it.
Well, you can say it too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it came out in the last It came out last
It's
year,
true.
so we're not going to spoil
Oh no,
it.
it's true. No, yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, we don't have to spoil
Okay, whatever.
it, but
Fantastic.
yeah.
game.
So
Whatever,
like,
just-
yeah, Portal 2's on my list too because it was a very charming ending as well. But I'm gonna cross this off my list so I don't.
All of the Uncharted
I
endings.
agree with that. I didn't put it on my list because I figured you were gonna say that.
Minus Golden Abyss.
You didn't like the ending?
I liked the entire game, but
it's like
it was,
null and void because it's not Elena,
It's
so
null and
you're
void.
like who
You
cares
don't
about this
feel
this
as-
girl?
Yeah,
That's true.
they try
Yeah,
and set up
that's-
this romance with this character that's only in Golden Abyss and stuff, and you're kind of like, I don't give a shit because it doesn't work out anyway.
Yeah,
You know?
It's like going back in time and like when
Yeah.
you're dating an ex-girlfriend and you're like,
I mean,
oh, this is a waste of time.
I'm a big Uncharted fan, and I really liked Golden Abyss. It was a great game. I just some of the plot stuff, you're just like, oh, whatever.
You're like right on. I have a kind of long list here actually.
Jesus.
I have two different sides of the spectrum, and it's
Infamous 2.
Infamous 2 is on my list too. You piece of shit! I'll kill you.
No, it's my list. You're not allowed to
Son
like
of a
these.
bitch.
Only I can like these. Let me bring them up.
No, which the good ending, Josh? Yeah,
Yeah. I don't really like the bad ending.
the good
I like
ending
the
is
good ending.
depressing, but I mean it's still a pretty.
The bad ending's depressing.
The bad ending is way more depressing, yes, but the good ending is depressing in a good way. and
But it's like, I would say it's more hopeful
Yeah,
than
yeah.
depressing.
but I have like lighthearted endings that I really enjoy, and I have dark endings that I kind of like too. And for good endings that not as many as dark. American Nightmare I really liked. Alan Wake's American Nightmare, I really liked the ending for that. It was heartwarming and kind of beautiful and poetic in a way. And I really liked the live action sequences that they did for it, you know. My favorite Zelda game of all time, Wind Waker. I love that ending.
Oh,
I
great
love
game.
that ending so much.
It is a great ending.
And the last of the lighthearted endings is Max Payne, because like after all the shit that Max has gone throughout the entire night, like he knows that it's gonna be all right because spoilers. He sees this dude that he talked to earlier, where he's like, he's part of this inner circle that's like, we need you to kill this bitch, and he's like, all right, all right, and he goes, don't worry, you're gonna get off scot-free because I know people and I'll pull strings. And like when they finally arrest him after he finally kills that chick, he comes out, the police lead him out, and he looks over at the crowd, and there's that dude, and the guy kind of smiles at him, and for the first time in that entire fucking game, Max Payne smiles genuinely, and then it's credits, and I was like, there's a hopeful ending, and then the rest of the fucking franchise is just depressing as shit.
That's awesome.
Spirals downhill worse and worse.
Yeah,
And
there's
worse,
a hopeful
all of a
ending.
sudden,
And
it's free
Um,
alcoholic with no hair.
I have another
go
one.
Go ahead.
The ending to Mirror's Edge. I actually really like, because the game's supposed to be a trilogy. They haven't
Never went back to that one.
well, apparently DICE was working on Mirror's Edge 2, but they pulled everyone off of it because they wanted to finish Battlefield 3, understandably. And then the rumor was that they were using the Battlefield 3 engine to finish Mirror's Edge 2, which I really hope, because the Battlefield 3 engine is gorgeous. And honestly, if you haven't played Mirror's Edge by now, you're probably not going to, so I'm just going to say the ending. But, you're on a roof, and because the entire game's about you getting your sister back from, they think she murdered this guy, and the main kind of villain guy has your sister, and he's getting in a helicopter, and he says he says something along the lines of like, we all have to jump or something, and the helicopter starts flying away, and there's all these soldiers that come out, and they start shooting at you, and you have to You run and jump off the side of the building, and then you grab a rail on the side of the helicopter. You kick the guy out of the fucking helicopter. It's so awesome, and then he like falls for 100 stories. And it's funny because when you kick him, he's like, and then the helicopter goes down, and then you have your sister, and then it plays that awesome song, that and there's the credits. I don't know. I just really like that. Also, I like the really good ending for Deus Ex: Human Revolution. That's a good ending.
Okay, so I got
For
dark
now.
endings. There's a. Can I spoil a little bit of Heavy Rain? Is that?
I've played.
I don't. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, because it's been like 2 years now.
Whatever.
There.
You feel like it, then.
Because I think that most people are going to be looking for the good endings anyway. So
I think I know what ending you're talking about. It is.
I'm not
pretty
looking
dark.
for. I'm not. I don't like the very dark ending where you don't save the kid, because that's fucked up. When you just see like the building where it all goes down, and like he's drowning, and you don't even see him, but you just see the rain pouring down, and it's just no
Sean.
There's like no
And then
there's
he's
like
dead.
no music. It's just you just see the rain, and you're just like, well, that's kind of fucked up. the dark ending that I do kind of like, that kind of just sends chills up and goosebumps on my arms and chills in my spine, is like, you can save them, but if like the murderer, I won't say who the murderer is. That's how's that?
Yeah, that would ruin
Yeah,
the entire thing.
when if the murderer gets away, that ending just sends chills up my spine, because he's just walking down the street, and
Yeah, like he's still out there.
and he's just got this look on his face, like who's next, and that just like gives me chills and shit. So I kind of
cool.
like that ending. And Mafia 2 is another good one. Like, I know I talk a lot of shit about Mafia 2, and that's because Mafia 2 is a pain in the ass. But I mean, it's a great game, but if you're trying to platinum that game, it's a fucking pain in the ass. And but it ends on such a dark note. Spoilers. You go up on the ranks in the mafia and whatnot, and then you kind of get stabbed in the back by, as mafia people are wont to be. And your friend almost sides with the guy that's gonna kill you, until he goes and helps you, and you go through this firefight, and you get out of there, and the dude that you saved a couple chapters earlier says, all right, well, you got rid of him, and that's great, but the deal was that you'd get off free. The deal was not for your friend. And your friend's in a different car, and that car goes off in a different direction, and you're like, where the fuck are you taking my friend? Credits. And you're like, oh shit.
Well, alright.
I know this is a dumb game, and Josh gave me a lot of shit for buying this game, especially day one, but Kane and Lynch 2? Like, I agree that I should not have bought that game day one, but it was a pretty good game. Like, it wasn't a great game by any means, but it was a pretty good game. And I mean, I'm sure you guys know by now that Kane and Lynch 2, the format of it was shot like a documentary, like someone was just following them around with a camera. And what was cool was, like, in the very last chapter, you're following them, and they have to get out of the country, so they're running through this plane yard or something like that, and the plane that they're supposed to get on has been dismantled, so they see that another plane is about to take off, and they start racing towards that plane, and you're following them with your camera. It's shaky and all that, and the last the last cutscene is them getting on the plane, and like one of them, I think some person tries to come out of the plane, and they throw him out, and a dog comes up because they were sicking dogs on him, and another one kicks the dog away, and they get on the plane, and the plane takes off with the cameraman just like standing there and watching it take off. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And it was kind of dark, and I liked that. And also, do you have any more? Because like this is my final leg.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
I have some more.
I don't want them to have to listen to me the whole fucking time.
I got a dark one.
Go for
I got
it.
a dark one, and the game is like 20 years
Go
old,
for
so it's
it.
okay. Fallout 1. Well, the entire game of Fallout 1 is basically your vault's water chip basically has broke, and so your vault only has like 100
So much water.
like 60 days left until their water supply runs out, so you have to go find either the blueprints or a replacement chip. So yeah, you're kind of timed in Fallout 1 to get this chip, and eventually you get it, you save them and stuff, but when you go back, the director of the vault says that he's glad you saved them, but he had to leave the vault in order to do it, and he says that if he stays around, people are going to think he's a hero, and then others are going to want to leave, and he doesn't want that, so they exile you from the vault. And the last scene is just, they show the the California / Nevada desert just sprawled out, and you just see the main character walking toward the horizon, and they're playing Maybe by the Ink Spots, which is like a really depressing song. But
Yeah. It's like
I really love that ending. I don't know. It's just like that's the only thing you see in the entire ending. It's just him walking away. And he just gets all
fucking
small.
Bruce Banner
Yeah.
at the end of the Hulk series. Boo, doo, boo, boo, boo.
they had an homage to that in Fallout 3 when you go back to Vault 101. And then if you get the good ending or whatever, where you help Amada or whatever, one of the either help
Amada.
or basically I would say either convincing her to stay in the vault, or having them open the vault and trade, or whatever that thing is. She's like, you're causing too much strife though, you're a hero but you gotta leave, and they basically do the same thing but kind of in the middle of the game, but it's like an homage to that original ending, which I thought was pretty cool.
There's a lot of references to Fallout 2 and Fallout 3, and then in New Vegas there's a lot of references to the first game. That one.
Yeah, it made more sense in Fallout New Vegas, because that was closer to the location.
It was also made by a lot of
all the way over.
Yeah, it was also made by a lot
Coast.
of the original developers of the first two games. So that's cool.
I have 3 more. I wanted to take a break, just so they're not like, this asshole won't shut the fuck up about his games. So I wanted you guys to do your thing, and if you had any more, but so people know I love Rockstar very much, and not that I don't love the games of the PS2 generation, but this generation of Rockstar published games has been really good. I love the endings, and they're kind of dark, like Grand Theft Auto 4.
That was pretty dark.
Whichever one you pick, it still kind of ends the same way, where you chase them off and they end up in front of the Statue of Happiness, which is essentially the Statue of Liberty, and you gun them down and whatnot, and pretty much Nico's like, I left my country trying to escape from this war and all this death and stuff, and here I come to America to pursue the American dream, and this is what I get, And there's more of it here, more death, more destruction, and I thought that was kind of poignant and dark, and I liked that. And L.A. Noire, I liked that ending. I won't spoil that one.
Ooh, I didn't like that.
I liked that ending
ahead.
because it was dark, because things got all fucked up and things didn't it wasn't a happy ending, and that's what I liked about it. It's like, sometimes shit don't work out that way,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I guess it was more along the lines of that film noir kind of end, so I understand it. I just still don't like that.
Yeah,
and by bad I mean like dark.
And probably one of my favorite endings of all time next to Wind Waker, I think, has got to be Red Dead Redemption, because it's just so fucking sad.
I just heard the small grunt
That was me.
come out of James
It was
when he said Red Dead Redemption.
It's funny because I haven't even played the game, so I have no idea what you're talking
God.
about. But I was just stretching and I made it.
Oh my god, it's so sad. I mean, I can't. James, you haven't played it, so I can't even spoil it for you. Like, you got to play it. It's such a great game, and that ending, like, I mean, it fucking put me in tears. I was like, why is this happening? This is so sad. Why is this going to happen? Why would you do this to him? He was such a good guy. So, yeah, those are my favorite endings.
I got another one. Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, yeah?
But I won't spoil that because that's pretty recent. Fuck, I had another one. And then you were talking about L.A. Noire, and I totally forgot.
You never...
Oh, Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I
Depressing ending, but then if you wait till after the credits, it's happy.
See, I probably have a Final Fantasy game in my arsenal if I'd finish anything other than 1. And, 1 was good, but, the end...
One's like, you
It's
saved
like,
the world.
It's like, congratulations, press A to start a new game or some shit,
Congratulations, you have completed a great game.
Welcome to Die. I always thought that was a joke, and then I played that game for like the first time, and I was like, oh my god, it's real.
No wonder we fucking don't have any questions. We take like 30 fucking minutes on them.
Well, that was a really broad question.
That was a broad question.
It's
We
like
had a lot to
it's
work
like
with.
how do you pick your favorite game ending of
seriously.
all time?
Well, I'm glad he gave us wiggle room to be like, do you have multiple games? It's like, yeah, we got like fucking 10 each.
I actually can pick my favorite ending of all time, just because. Well, I mean, it's my favorite game of all time, Uncharted 1. And the ending to Uncharted 1 is so... It's just so awesome.
The fist fight?
No.
Or the ending?
It's not really a spoiler, it's just like... Drake and Elena are standing on the boat, and they're kind of like, alright, what do we do now? And they're just like, well, we'll do this, this, and this. And then you see Sully come up on a boat, and they're like
Totally.
like, oh, we're gonna leave and stuff, and then Drake's like, well, it kind of sucks that we couldn't get away with any of the treasure, and then Sully's kind of like, think
like,
again, and
speak for yourself.
Yeah, and he throws this tarp up, and they have like all this treasure, and he's like, Sully, you sweet son of a bitch, and then the last shot is all of them on the boat with the treasure, and the boat's going off into the sunset, and it's just got that like roaring and the first time that I saw that, I like threw the controller down. I was like, that's why I play fucking video games. I was like, that was such a good ending. I was like smiling. I was like, this is awesome.
I really liked the ending boss battle of that game, with Navarro, where it's it was a fucking fist fight, That was tight. Although the way Navarro dies is pretty fucked up. It's like,
yeah, just like clawing at
it's like
water.
Almost cartoonish, because he's like, oh shit, I'm standing in the circle, and oh my god, oh what the fuck. And he like falls into the water, and you just see him like struggling as the idol like just sinks onto the ocean floor. He's just like, whoa! Like Utada music on me playing, and he's like screaming, bubbles are coming out of his mouth, and you're like, well, he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He might as well have been saying, "You're killing me."
I was just gonna bring that up. Kingdom Hearts 1 had a sad ending.
But it's okay, because Kingdom Hearts is full of light.
You know what? Technically, I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is... Yeah, it's older than 10 years. So,
So,
fuck you. Alright, they're all at the end. And...
it's like debating whether or not
Mickey...
you should say something. It's like you should spoil a 10-year-old game.
It was a PS2 title.
Mickey and Riku are fighting off all the Heartless that are coming out of Kingdom Hearts, and they're all trying to shut the door. And as they're shutting the door, Riku and Mickey don't leave because they know that there's no way they can leave and not have any Heartless leave. So Riku turns around and says, "Sora, take care of her." And then they close the doors to Kingdom Hearts, leaving Mickey and Riku inside, and then him and Donald, Goofy, and Kairi all escape, or I don't think Kairi's there, but whatever. It's so old.
Wow.
They all escape. Oh no, she is there, because I remember the world rebuilds itself and stuff. Yeah. And then to make it even more depressing, you see sand start appearing under her, which means she gets pushed back to Destiny Islands, and then Sora remains in Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
Which means they are separated. Which means Sora finds all his friends and then loses them all over again. It's like he's caught in limbo.
I gotta say before we move on to the discussion that I think it's really special the few times that Kingdom Hearts comes up organically in our podcast.
That's true. That's true. Because sometimes we just kind of force it.
Sometimes it just happens.
It's full of light.
It is.
Just like VG Utopia, full of light.
VG Utopia, 33 million%.
33.
No one will get
That's
that
an inside
reference.
joke. Listeners,
33
you're not gonna get it.
million% better than our competitors.
Woo-wee. Anyway,
discussion. Please lead us in, James.
I signed up for the Little Big Planet beta.
He's doing it while we're talking about endings and shit.
Dude, the forum was so small. I was like, "Have you played Little Big Planet?"
Yes,
I was like,
you're
"Yeah."
in.
I was like, "What's your?"
Fuck yeah.
I was like, "What's your PSN tag?" And I gave it to him, and then it was like, "Have you ever created and published a level on any of the Little Big Planet games?" I said, "Yeah." And it was like, "All right, we're gonna email you at some point." I was like, "Thank you, I guess." Anyway, yeah, discussion.
All right. I'll introduce
Yes,
it. Why
please.
not?
Yeah.
So, the news article that we skipped over earlier that I wanted to leave you all in suspense on is that $99 Xbox is a real thing.
It is.
And basically, you can get the Xbox with a 4GB hard drive and a Kinect and a subscription to Xbox Live for $99. The catch, however, is that you also have to pay a 2-year contract at $15 a month. So in the end, you're going to pay about $468 total after the 2 years.
Huh.
That's slightly more than you would pay if you got it all bundled, but the discussion that we're going to talk about is basically Microsoft seems to be testing this as possibly a formula for, release of their next console, and maybe this could be the new retail model. So what do you guys think of this retail model? Is this something you want to see happening, or do you think this is something that you'd prefer console stayed away from?
No, I want it. I hella want it. I if I can finance the Wii U at the end of the year, I'm down. I'm totally down, because I don't want to have to pay $400 in controllers and games and all this other stuff all up front when I've got all these other games coming out. If I could pay $99 up front and then pay a certain amount until it's all paid off, I'm down totally.
I mean, obviously not for Xbox, but probably with the PlayStation 4 if they did that, I'd.
Yeah. It's especially PlayStation 4. I'd be there day one. Let's finance this shit. Because then it's you could finance it, right? And then you have all this other money. You can buy out like tons of games. That's the main problem with buying a console. Is like, after all the money you spend on the console, it's like how much money do you have left over to get games? If you're lucky, if you can get one, you know. So, I think it's nice in the fact that you can buy a couple games. You can get a good amount of launch titles so that you're occupied for a while until more stuff comes out, and you just pay like $15 a month for 2 years, and you're gonna be playing that console for the next 2 years. If you're willing to finance a fucking game console, you're going to be playing it for the next 2 years. Why not just pay the $15 a month?
The issue that I have with it, and that I'm not against it, but I have there is a caveat here. I like the idea of being able to basically spread out the payments of the console so that you don't have to pay $400 or $500 on launch day for this console, and that basically has no software with it, only has one controller, that kind of stuff. But the issue that I have with it, and I always kind of think, like, whenever there's a deal like this, or whenever there's any kind of a, basic, structural change, I always think of who's the guy that's going to get screwed over a little bit. Because someone's going to have to get the short end of the stick. And I was thinking of, what about people that say, and this is just for this particular offer, but there could be similar problems down the road with other offers, but, like, what about people that don't want to connect? What about people that, don't want Xbox Live, or that only want Xbox Live at certain times? Like, what about college students who maybe only want it during the summer? And I know what you might be thinking to that is, we'll just buy it up front, but my thing is that, what if this becomes the retail model? And, like, next generation, this is the way it goes, and you cannot buy it up front, full price.
They won't do that.
We already see that basically happening with cell phones.
But that's different. That's a cell phone. Like, you have to pay for. You're not really paying for the phone per se. You're paying for the the service. You're paying for the 3G service, which isn't cheap. So it's a little different. I mean,
it's a little different, but to be honest, if they can make more money off of people this way, they're going to do it.
Yeah, but they're not gonna force you to finance it. You know how much their business would drop because of that? Because when most people come in the store and they just want to pick it up as a Christmas present, they're not going to be like, oh, well, you have to sign up for this 2-year contract of financing. Immediately, everyone's going to go, fuck that, but some people will do it. I think they're going to add it as a good option for people.
But you'd be surprised at what people will put up with when you're basically the only game in town. And if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox or the Wii U, and let's say all or most of these consoles decide to do something like this, and let's say it's not even this generation, let's say this is just down the road, people, it doesn't matter if you like the idea of financing it or not. If that's the only way to get it for your kid, you're going to have to do it. And you're paying for these other services. Yeah, exactly. And you're paying for these other services that you don't necessarily need. They're bundling these things together. And, like, let's say I don't want to connect. What if I'm a guy that's not going to be playing the Kinect, just going to play hardcore games like Halos and stuff that, don't really need the Kinect functionality? Or what if I'm going to be, as I said, like, getting Xbox Live only every now and then because, let's say I only like really playing single-player games. And I like the idea of just being, only having the silver account so I can download stuff, but I don't need the gold account because I don't need to go online and play. Those are the people that I'm feeling like, if it were to go this way, and obviously I'm not saying it's going to, but if it does, that's where I would be concerned. Yeah. But other than that, if this is just an optional thing that they do, if that is that way, and that's the way I hope it works out. If it's optional that way, then I love this idea because it helps a lot of people afford it, and it makes it more attractive to a lot of people because I think a lot of people like the idea of, say, getting all the services and amenities up front, but only paying for it as you go. People like that idea, especially when you're looking at, like, let's say I wanted to buy the Wii U at the end of this year. I'm looking at $300-$400, let's just say, in that area.
Yeah, that's just to get like a game and the console.
And I just gotta find a way to get that all together, But like if I only had to pay $100 up front, I can muster $100, and then I can get $15 a month. You're giving me another month every time to make that money. That's the idea. Obviously, that's the idea of financing, and that is that you get more time to pay it off, and you get more time to earn that money that you're paying it off with, and that's definitely a good thing for a lot of people. So I think if this stays an optional thing, it could be a good model. And I think
it's hard to put down that kind of money like day one. So I don't know, man. I think that's a great idea, to be honest. That's just my take on it. I know you guys were like silent for a second, like thinking, does he have more? But no, that's just my take on it. Like, that's a good idea. That's it.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm down. I do really like the idea of financing it. If I could have financed my Vita, I really would have, but I couldn't, for GameStop at least. And my only issue with the Xbox One, I mean, I'm not gonna do it because first of all, I already have an Xbox, and two, I don't give a shit because I never play it. And I would say if someone like Sony did this, they should allow other stores to do it. I mean, it's weird because Microsoft, the only way you can do it is through them. It's not like you can go into GameStop and say, let me finance an Xbox, They don't do that. It's only Microsoft stores do that, and then Microsoft Online. So you have to do it like that. You can't go to Sears or Walmart or whatever. But I know that sometimes on stuff like that, like places like Best Buy will let you finance, like PlayStation Vita. I think they'd let you finance it for like $50 a month, so which means you'd pay it off in like 5 months. Yeah, 5 or 6 months. You'd have it paid off, which isn't bad. But yeah, I want people to kind of embrace it. But I don't think I don't think it's gonna replace that would cut out the market a lot. I have a feeling it really would, because a lot of people would just be like not comfortable doing that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, do I think that that's a probability? No, it probably won't happen. But you always want to look at possible downsides. You never want to just look into it as only the positives. You want to see what could possibly go wrong with something before you have it. So that's what kind of just throwing it out there as that's a potential downfall of it. But I personally think it's going to work out just fine, and I think it's clearly testing the waters, though. So I think we're going to see a more extensive type of thing, because I mean, if we have the multiple SKUs with different sized hard drives for the next generation, if they do that, they're going to need to have different plans for the different sizes. Because what if you don't want a 4 gig? What if a 4 gig hard drive? What if you want the 250? So they're going to have different plans. So I think if they do go into the next generation, it's going to have to be more than this. And this is obviously just a market test. It's the end of the life cycle. They're throwing it out there. See how the public reacts. See, how the system works. If people like this, if they don't like this, if they're willing to pay for it. That kind of stuff.
I gotcha. I agree. Yeah. E3 next year, not this year, but next year, is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think so, too. I mean, this one's going to be good, but next one...
Every time they announce some new feature for something, I'm like, how the hell do they think of this crap? Like,
no, they have teams of people that they pay a lot of money to.
They just sit in an office and eat pizza, and they're like, what should we do? And they're like, you know what we should do, man? Just throw Netflix on that bitch.
Dude.
And then they're like, someone call Netflix.
If I could get paid to go into an office and eat pizza and say, put Netflix on that bitch or whatever you said.
If VG Utopia had an office, that's probably what we did.
Yesterday for that job. Wait, oh God, I would. I'd be even fatter.
You're implying that we wouldn't even work anymore if we had
go down at the office.
No, I would just eat so much at the office. Like, I would be bringing in food, because that's if we had an office,
It would be like
there
the
would be
actual
no-
office.
yeah, and there would be no like,
You,
oh, well,
Josh?
James, you can't bring that pizza in because who's gonna tell me that? You know,
I'm gonna be like, I'm eating.
Josh, you, Matt, huh?
I'm
Come
gonna-
at me, bro.
I'm
What
gonna
are
be
you gonna
like, what kind of pizza is that?
I'm
And
gonna
as
make
long as it's
pizza.
anything but
I'm gonna
cheese,
be like, thanks
I will
for
be
bringing in
bring
that-
it in.
do?
I'm gonna be like, thanks for bringing in
guys
that
will be
pizza.
like, hey,
I hope you
know
didn't
what?
expect to
As
get
long
too
as you
much
bring
out
enough
of
to
this.
share.
Because I'm eating half of it. Why?
Oh man. Yeah, cheese pizza's a fucking lie.
I don't know. Oh, God, I like cheese pizza. I just prefer
It's
pepperoni, but
fucking lame. It's just, I feel like it's incomplete. I had this conversation with my girlfriend. I'm
is-
like, cheese pizza is not even a finished pizza. It's just the
Yeah.
base.
no,
Come
cheese
on.
pizza is pizza in its purest form without any extras. Because extras,
No.
toppings are
That's
on
true.
top of the main
That's true.
No.
dish, and the main dish is the cheese, the sauce, and the bread.
No, because you
No,
need the
'cause
sauce.
I could just melt some cheese on bread and be like,
You need
cheese
sauce,
pizza,
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. You need the sauce, but then I mean, look, you can make your own pizzas at home. I have an old Ninja Turtles book that has recipe for Splinter's easy pizzas or whatever.
Easy
and you
peasy
bake
pizza.
Easy peasy pizza or whatever, like the radical dude. And it should have been Michelangelo's pizza, but anyway.
I know, shit.
It was like you use English muffins or whatever for the for the bread or whatever, and you put some cheese and you put a little bit of sauce on it, and
That sounds hella good.
they're awesome. They're awesome. I mean, I still have them to this day. I'll be like, I'm gonna have some
I just have this
Splinter's
vision
pizzas.
of Jay like strutting around like a badass in his house, just like I'm gonna make me some Splinters pizzas, and his brother's like, shut up, you asshole.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Our
Oh,
office would be hilarious.
Only
It would
much
be
less
ridiculous.
awkward.
It would be like we were living the Office TV show. Most
Yeah, we
awkward.
love much less.
The most awkward thing would be like, did you write what I told you to write? No, and then he'd like slowly eat his pizza and just stare into your eyes.
Be like, but you know what? I don't want to be mean, but can you please try to do that?
I don't want to be mean, but
I don't want to be mean.
this
but
pizza is so good.
this
It's like, I
burrito
can't
is
eat
so
too much or
delicious,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
get
so
fat.
filling.
I love chocolate.
I love chocolate, but I can't eat it because then I'll get fat.
Fat. But it's so good.
I know I'm terrible. That's why I'm gonna order the cheesecake.
Oh, so
Oh.
is that our the podcast?
Family Guy.
I think we
Journey.
reached the end of our journey for tonight.
Journey,
It was a
Don't
journey.
stop believing.
highest selling PSN game of all. Well, no, I think it was the Was it the highest?
Oh yeah.
Hold on to that feeling. We're gonna get that office one day. Streetlights, people.
People.
Oh,
Hey man, when the lights go down in the city
Worst
and the
rendition
sun
of the
shines
song.
on the bay,
I know.
that's our city, man.
That's our city.
Oh man, I love that song.
Every time I'm in San Francisco, I
think
think
that's
of that
it.
song.
I think that's the end of us.
Yeah, I know. I want to be there.
Okay, I think that's it. All right,
wait,
Josh,
my-
sign us off.
Before we go, let's not
In
forget
my
this.
city.
We got a ritual. We love hearing
Whoa.
from you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So please send us more questions that we can spend an hour on. And
Two.
we really.
As you
we
can
really
see, we
think about
spend
it.
quite a bit of
We
time
want our
answering your
podcast
questions.
to be high quality, and we want to. Because I can't get. I can't
What
get
are you
through-
laughing
We
at?
Just
can't
the
get through
idea of
this.
a
I don't
high
know why you
quality
can't get through
podcast
this.
made me laugh. But it's kind of low.
What are you saying? This is not quality entertainment?
It is funny. No, we like.
It's
That's,
funny
that's
though.
what we are.
You get what you pay for.
You can't buy something like this.
Exactly.
And if you
that's
can,
what we
email
do.
me,
That's
'cause
what
I'll
we are.
charge.
We like to start conversations.
kidding.
We want you to
I'm not, though.
send us questions so we can kind of have a conversation with you, albeit a one-sided conversation because you're not saying shit. And so send us more questions.
You could
on
be
our
saying
Facebook,
shit if you were
VGutopia,
fucking emailing
on
in.
Twitter, which is also VGutopia, I believe, at VGutopia. And you can follow each of us individually on the Twitters. James is James Pungello, all one word. Josh is at PackPunt, PACPUNK. And I am at MattMan07. And also find us on the PSNs because we like to play with you. MattMan310 is my PSN. Josh's is also PackPunk. And James has Pungelbro. It's 1L, not 2. And James, you also have an Xbox Live account that you can play with them. And I don't know that one, so why don't you tell them?
Yes. It is Pungello 1988, so it's my name. I will tell you how to remember my name. It's fun. It's pun like fun, except with a P. Jello like Jello, except with a G.
Pun like fun, except with a J.
You fucked that rhyme up so badly.
And
Jello
J
like
like
Jello,
Jello, except with a P. Dude, that is
awesome.
That was terrible.
That's so cool.
It's a rip on Gomer Pyle's thing. If you ever see the old show Gomer Pyle, he goes, Gomer like Homer except with a G, Pyle like Pyle except with a Y, except mine rhymes. So
Fuck
there's
you,
that.
Gomer.
So my name, Pungello, basically, it spells like it's a G instead
and
of a
I
J.
think
That's
that's
the
it
only
for
one I
all of
remember.
us.
And 1988, which is my birth year.
And just remember that VG Utopia is full of light, and this
Yeah.
this doesn't pay the bills.
It.
This is kind of a treat for you guys. So please visit us at VGutopia.com. Just check us out.
You know who pays the bills? Me. No.
Just check us out.
Well,
technically
comment on
now.
some
Pays the
articles
bills.
or
Chem suit money, yeah.
just be a part of our community. So we
Actually,
we have forums.
Actually, Chem suit money technically pays the bills, but I'm the one paying.
Chem gives
Because
you the
I
suit
have
money and
Chem
then you
suit
pay.
money.
and
Yeah.
I think that's all.
I'm the middleman in this.
We got forums now.
But
please,
yeah.
please
Come
Yeah.
come sign up for
be a
our
part of our
forum and
community.
talk
We
to
love
us.
it. And that's
tired.
it. Until next time, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.